It's been really encouraging to see as we continue to implement the schemes, the schematics, the offense, the defense, the special teams. It's really encouraging to see the less thinking, more reacting, really starting to come to life as what the job responsibility is of the players. They're not thinking so much about what they actually have to do, and they're reacting to the motions, to the movement, to everything that the opposing teams are doing to us. That's really allowing guys to really start to play a lot faster, especially the rookies, really trying to get those guys up to speed, to have a true understanding of what it takes to be a pro in this league, how to practice, the speed of the game, the techniques and the fundamentals. Obviously, it's a lot of rule changes that take place. We saw it kind of come to life from a legal contact standpoint over and over again. So as we continue to build this thing out and work towards building out our 53-man roster, I really like where we're at right now, and it's really encouraging. We've got some really good players, and obviously it's going to be some really tough decisions that we'll have to get ready to make down the line. Open up for questions.
What do you learn about guys when they're in like the going against double team drill?
The thing is that obviously we talk about how can we create a 2-on-1 situation to a 1-on-1 situation, and it starts at the line of scrimmage. We talk about explosive, non-wasted movement, and at the end of the day, it's tough. And you're looking for a tenacious guy, a guy that's physical. Does he show the violent hands? Does he show the ability to bend? What does his contact balance look like? Does he have the explosive movement to run away from two? Does he show the quicks? Does he show the reaction? Whether I'm trying to work speed, I get a guy to overplay me. Do I have that ability to stick the foot in the ground, violently club him by, work a good offense stiff? And so, it's really just the intangibles that you really try to see. What does his toughness look like? Does he have heart? Does he have the grit that we're looking for? So, that's kind of what we're looking for when we're talking about that vice situation.
When it comes to Amir Smith-Marset, what are you seeing on that punt returner,
I see a guy that's starting to get a lot more confident back there. I think the biggest thing is, especially from a decision-making standpoint, hopefully we're able to get him a lot more opportunities, and it's my job from a schematic standpoint to try to create that. A.J. Cole is a Pro Bowl punter. And you saw him, he put a lot of those, in the corner over there near the sideline. So we didn't really have true opportunities to return the football. But I'll make sure I do a good job of trying to set the return up just to see the decision-making as he's back there. Is he confident in catching it? Is he doing a good job of tracking it? And, I see a guy in the mirror who's really starting to grow into the role and really starting to accept it. And I think he really wants to be great. And you can see that, he's coming out early, pre-practice punts, trying to get as many balls off of the foot as he can. And so it's really encouraging to see. And I think as we kind of continue to build this thing out, when we start talking like sky ball situations, I really want to see how he handles those in terms of bagging up. We think he might have an opportunity. Is he catching it at the 3-yard line? Is he catching it, at the 10? Is he carrying out the principles that we discuss in those, going in type of balls?
Now, what's your philosophy on kickoffs? Like pop-up kickoff or?
So it's funny. So this is my philosophy on kickoff. So there's 4 results that could take place in a kickoff. Either 1, they return it past the 25. 2, we tackle it inside the 25. 3, there's a penalty. 4 is nah. 4 is they fumble. And so you look at 3 out of the 4 of those results is in favor of the kickoff team, right? We tackle them inside the 25, they fumble it, or they fumble it, right? So, 75% chance the ball doesn't get past the 25-yard line. So, dude, put that thing in play. Put it in play. Izar says put it in play. But obviously it's you look at the matchup, who the returner is, who are the guys that we have on the kickoff team. So obviously it's a lot of factors that go into it, but if we're just talking, black and white, I say you should put the ball in play. And and it also creates a mindset on your team when you start talking about guys being able to play, guys being able to corral, guys, really working as a unit. It's what's the fun in preparing me as a coach, most importantly, spending all this time, putting together good schematics, watching the opponent. If we gonna just kick it out of the end zone every single time, I can spend my time doing something else if that's the case. So, I personally, KO, if you watching this, hearing this, like to put the ball in play. So that's that.
A touchback is not a good outcome.
Depending on who you're playing, what's the personnel look like. If you got a Cordell Patterson back there, if you got an elite returner who, you might want to give that guy a touch, well then you might be able to consider, putting it through the end zone. Obviously, you got to look at what the game situation is. You can take it back to Kansas City, Buffalo last year, where they squibbed it. Kansas City ends up getting it, kind of being able to gain a little bit of yards right there. Don't take any much time off the clock. Well, actually, they put it through the end zone, right? Where maybe you should have put it in play, get some time off the clock. So it's a lot of situational ball that does go into that. So yeah, you gotta, there's some caveats to that.
Is this a data thing that you've looked at, or
Absolutely,
just
absolutely. Oh yeah, for sure. So I did some data research in 2020 as well as 2019, and it was basically like a 60% chance that you tackle him inside the 25. There was a 10% chance that there was a penalty on the play, and then there was like a 30% chance, 27% chance that they actually return the football past the 25-yard line or even get to the 25-yard line. And so, obviously you got to consider the injury risk factor that comes in that too, of trying to protect your players. And is it a blowout game? Are we up by 20, 30? So again, a lot of situational ball that takes place there.
From what you understand, Matt, how much will maybe special teams come down to the last receiver spots and things like that, roster spots?
Oh, definitely. As you kind of look at the bottom end of the roster to the 53, those last 2 to 3 spots, it's kind of, well, they come to me, well, what does this guy provide value, especially at the corner position, the receiver position. Really, those are the 2 main positions where you kind of see that really show up when you start talking about ST value, especially when you're talking about 48 men dressing on game day. Well, do you dress a second nickel over dressing the 4th corner that'll go into the game? Or, do you dress the 5th receiver who might actually have some special teams value or have the actual receiver flex? So, it's a lot of factors that go into it, but special teams definitely would be the deciding factor. All right, appreciate y'all.